The question is 5 2/3 divided by 2 5 24ths. The instructions are to estimate and then find the actual quotient expressed as a mixed number in simplest forms. So first we want to estimate, then we want to solve, and then we want to change it back into a mixed number, and we want to make sure we've simplified. Those are our steps. So the first thing we want to do is estimate. So when we estimate, we look at 5 2/3, and the question we want to ask ourselves is 5 2/3 closer to 5 or 6? And in this case it's going to be 6, because 2/3 is more than 1/2, and so we would round up to 6 in this case. We want to divide by 2 5 24ths. Once again we ask ourselves, is 2 5 24ths closer to 2 or is it closer to 3? 5 24ths is less than 1/2. 12 24ths would be 1/2 in this case, and because 5 is smaller than 12, it's smaller than 1/2. So in this case we're going to round down. So we have 6 divided by 2 now, and that gives us 3. So that is our estimate. Now we're just going to go ahead and solve accordingly. Remember that the best way to divide fractions is to switch it from a mixed number to an improper fraction. And the way we do that is we take the denominator, multiply it by the whole number, and add the numerator. So let's go ahead and do that. 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 is 17. And then of course we use the denominator. So we have 17/3 divided by 24 times 2 is 48 plus 5 is 53. And of course then we use the denominator, and that's 24. So that gives us 53 24ths. Now remember that when we're dividing fractions, we do a little bit of a switch up and we change the operation, which then becomes multiply, and we reciprocate the divisor. So we have 17/3, multiply that by 24 53rds. We changed the division to multiplication, and we reciprocated 53 24ths into 24 53rds. Okay, at this point I'm going to do some simplification. And what I see here that I can do is that 3 goes into 3 one time, and 3 goes into 24 8 times. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then I'm going to rewrite it just to make it a little bit cleaner. So now we have 17/1, and we're going to multiply that by 8/53. It's about all we can do with simplification, so now we're just going to multiply. Now remember, when we multiply fractions, we just go straight across, numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. When we multiply 17 times 8, we get 136, and 1 times 53 is 53. Now we're going to go ahead and do that division, so we have 53 into 136. When we do that, we get 2, which is 106, with a remainder of 30. So, remember that whenever we divide and we have to change it back into a mixed number, our answer is the whole number, our remainder is the numerator, and our divisor is the denominator. So our final answer is 2 30 53rds, and that is in the simplest form.